Are you wearing a city hat, Kathy? That's great.
And a sweatshirt. I'm really, really professional today. I'm at home. Why can't I see you?
Because I have my video off. I will turn it on shortly.
Okay. Okay, it's 2 o'clock. Natalie turned her video on. It must mean it's time to start. Okay, who else is here? Just checking. I've got Cheryl. Do we have Dave? Oh yeah, David's there. Okay, good to go. Mr. Scoble, is RCMP no longer attending these meetings?
I hadn't heard otherwise, so perhaps the officer in charge will join us later. If not, we'll follow up.
Okay, yeah, I feel like it has been a couple of meetings since she has joined. So that would be great. All right, calling this meeting to order, 2 o'clock, May 28th, 2002. Attendance is 100%. Motion to adopt the agenda.
Madam Mayor, I have one thing for in camera, right?
Yes, I saw you had a question. Is that, have we confirmed we want that one in camera?
I believe that's what DEM wants.
Okay, excellent. So we will add maybe after item number 6, Cheryl, right after the EOC briefing, we'll add an in-camera portion. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we'll add that in.
Okay, thanks. All right, Ken, do you want to make a motion to approve as amended?
You bet that the May 28th, 2020 agenda be adopted as amended.
Thank you. I'll call for the vote. That's unanimous. Minutes from May 21st. Any errors or omissions? See nobody speaking up. Can I have a motion to adopt the minutes? Go ahead, Natalie.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Nat.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just saw Natalie's hand.
No, I was like, go ahead, Ken, if you've got the wording in front of you.
I got the wording in front of me that
Okay,
the Emergency Management Advisory Committee meeting minutes of May 21, 2020 be adopted as presented.
Thank you. Call for the vote. That's unanimous. Okay, we're on to the meat of the meeting. Provincial update. Percy?
There we go. Now we're unmuted. So from the province, currently there are 67 states of local emergency in place. 3 are from flooding and 64 are from COVID. Currently, there are 148 municipal emergency operations centers activated and 4 provincial emergency operations centers activated. There are 2 emergency advisories on the Alberta Emergency Alert System at the current time. Both are from high water, and those are from Alberta Beach on Lac St. Anne, also from Barrhead County on the Pembina and Paddle Rivers. In terms of information on counts and that for current cases of COVID. Overall in the province, to date there are 6,900 6,900 cases in Alberta, 29 cases in St Albert, and 1 active case that currently in St Albert. Sturgeon County has 13 cases, 1 currently active. The Alberta government has also instituted an Auditor General review of the government of Alberta's ongoing response to COVID-19. The province has also paused its trial studying the effectiveness of hydrochloroquine as a treatment for COVID-19. With the May 27th legislation session, there's plans for introducing at least 10 pieces of legislation, and MLAs will continue to practice physical distancing while in the chamber during this period. Premier Kenney says Alberta is among world leaders in staunching the spread of COVID-19, but it's been at a staggering financial cost, and the province cannot afford to repeat should there be a second wave. Key prevention focus is now on ramped up testing, border screening, and a focus on protecting the most vulnerable. In stats, the province has just over 3 deaths per 100,000 people, compared with 10 per 100,000 in Germany and 30 per 100,000 in the United States, 39 in Sweden, 30 in France, 54 in Italy, and 55 in the United Kingdom, and 57 in Spain, and 81 in Belgium. To date, in Alberta, there have been 645 cases which do not have a known exposure source. And currently, there have been 245,949 tests completed in the province, with 3,168 tests completed in the last 24 hours. The Provincial Operations Center has been adjusted from level 4 down to level 3. Which means they're under mandatory coordination of key government of Alberta organizations to respond to a significant incident. And Alberta is also investigating the first possible case of COVID-19 related disease found in a child, which is called multisystem inflammatory syndrome in children, also known as MISC. And it appears to be a condition that's been developed several weeks after an infection with COVID-19. There are currently 3 new outbreaks in the Calgary zone at Eco Recycling, a Walmart distribution warehouse, and West Coast Reduction, which does food recycling. And that's it for the provincial update. And I can run into the Emergency Operations Center update unless you have some questions on the provincial update.
I just have a quick one about flooding. I know Alberta Beach is really struggling. Talked to the deputy mayor earlier today, and they are upstream from, like, they're part of the same water system as Sturgeon River. Are we worried about that at all?
We are constantly monitoring the water levels on the Sturgeon River, and we actually have a plan in place of notifications of when to advise residents, as well as the Emergency Advisory Committee and members of council. And they're at different trigger points, and we're not near that current trigger point at that current time. We're well below that level.
Okay, thanks. We'll just keep an eye on that. Any questions from Councillor Jolly or Councillor Mackay? All right, why don't you move on to the EOC briefing?
So the emergency operation continues to operate in response to COVID-19, and at this point we've been operating for 76 days. The EOC continues to operate on the core values of safety of residents and staff, property safety, and environmental safety. While responding to COVID-19 and provincial health orders, the Emergency Operations Center has a liaison that continues to share information with regional partners and municipal contacts. And we're working on gaining clarity on provincial information. Currently, all with playgrounds, all city, neighborhood, and community playgrounds are open except 3 that are in construction. Also, at the current time, 24 school playgrounds are open. That means there are currently 77 playgrounds open at this time. The rest will be completed by council's June 6th deadline. These have been updated on the city website and have also gone out on social media updates. We're continuing to monitor provincial press releases and briefings, which help with planning and preparation of re-entry planning. We're working here with the Recovery and Planning Group to continue working on the facility re-entry strategy. And those include healthy and safety inspections of all sites prior to re-entry. All tennis courts and pickleball courts, city-run ones, are open following EAC directions. Signage has been amended with stickers to address provincial changes to mass gatherings. We have also been advised by the province that all spray parks, regardless or touch or touchless, are to be opened only at stage 3. That's the end of the EOC update. Any questions?
All right, Ken, Natalie, any questions? You're muted, Ken.
I apologize.
That's okay.
Thank you. Do we have any update yet time on stage 3 again? I think stage 2 is June 19th. Stage 3, is that just as how stage 2 goes?
It's dependent upon how stage 2 goes and when they'll announce that. I would imagine when stage 2 is announced.
Okay, thank you.
We had an email about a day or 2 ago saying there was going to be further updates on sports field later this week, because I believe Spruce Grove opened up some fields yesterday for teams to practice on. I'm just wondering where we're at with that.
We're waiting for the provinces said they're going to provide some direction on those pieces of information in terms of outdoor recreation. That's expected the end of this week or early next week. So that guidance document isn't out yet.
Okay, so but were you aware that Spruce Grove was opening up their fields to team sports? No bookings and no fees, but they're letting them practice.
In terms of things, our parks are open at the current time for spontaneous use as opposed to organized plays, which is the direction we've been operating.
Right.
In.
So if you had a team of 12-year-olds playing on a baseball team, that seems organized to me. Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's a kind of it's a cohort group or that it becomes difficult following some of the provincial guidelines that are currently out there. And that's why we're waiting for these guidance documents to provide some clarity.
I agree. I'm just expecting some questions around that. Yeah.
And we expect dry land training also to be something that groups could do, which does not have any touch points associated with it.
Okay.
Did we send in, similar to our plan for playgrounds, did we submit anything to around sports fields and more clarification?
We're waiting for the provincial guidance document. Okay. We've been in discussion at some of those provincial meetings that we've been talking about, and everything's been pushed back to the provincial guidance documents that are coming out.
I'm just following on Mayor Herron's comments then with Spruce Grove. So we're not aware if they did anything outside of that, or? No,
we're not aware.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Natalie, you had a question?
Well, just kind of a comment in relation to that. I'm a soccer mom, so I get all the emails, and the last email I got, so from the 26, 2 days ago, is that the Alberta Soccer, so the ASA, has submitted a return to play document for approval to both Alberta Health Services and Canada Soccer. So they're kind of, St Albert Soccer is kind of waiting to hear back from their governing body about best practices. So I don't get the impression that they're really at the point that they're having best practice.
If I can add to that, so I mean, I have a background in minor sports, both at local and provincial level, executive, but you know, again, I'm a baseball dad, and the email from Samba is that Baseball Alberta is shut down till September 1st. Like, they have their overarching governing organizations, and you know, if these organizations step outside of that, there's not insurance coverage in that. So they, you know, they're not just marching to the tune of the city or the province. They have to follow the direction of their provincial organizations as well.
Yeah. Okay. Guess there is no race to be first there. I think that might be all the questions I'm seeing from EOC. So we can, actually, I have one: garage sales. It still says on our website that no more than 15 people should gather at a garage sale. Is that still valid?
There is an old press release that's up on there on the website that has 15 on, but the website specific to garage sales and the FAQs that are associated with it talks about following mass gathering guidelines. Comms doesn't, the communications department doesn't typically adjust previous press releases.
Okay, well, when you Google garage sales, this is the first thing that comes up on our website, so it's kind of misleading to the public.
Okay, we can see if they can sort that out.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so I said that we would, after 6, we would need a motion to go in camera. Do we have that ready? Do what section of FOIP?
I know Mr. LaFleur, I just sent it to you, but I don't see why it wouldn't fall under 24(1)A.
Okay.
So I can read that in if you like.
There you go, 24(1)A. They just put it in the chat. Go ahead.
That committee move in camera to have a confidential dialogue in accordance with the provisions of section 24(1)A of the Freedom of Information Protection of Privacy Act.
Excellent. All right, all those in favor? That's unanimous. I will meet you over in Zoom. We'll leave the Zoom open. I'll meet you in Teams. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
There we go. Where's Kevin?
Do you want to just do the motions while we wait for him?
Yeah, Tamara, so make the motion, Ken, to reconvene in public. Okay, he's muted. Why don't you do it, Natalie?
Sorry, she's muted too. All right. Okay. The committee move in camera. So now that the details.
No,
Okay, we need a different one.
yeah, you need the motion to
Reconvene in
come out.
public.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That the emergency management committee reconvene in public.
Okay. Advisory committee.
Oh, what did I say?
Management. It's
Department
okay.
advisory.
All those in favor of being public.
I apologize.
That's unanimous. Okay. All right. We've lost.
And now we need the other details. Okay, and that the details of the in-camera discussion remain confidential pursuant to section 153 of the Municipal Government Act.
All right. All those in favor? All right. Okay. Is Kevin back? There he is. Okay. All right. Where are we in the agenda? Did we decided there was no motions coming out of the in-camera session? That's correct, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. So we are on emergent items. Is there anything emergent?
No.
Nope. That was easy. And any consideration of a state of local emergency? What do we do? The thumbs down vote every week? Maybe if the river floods, but even then we'll be fine. Okay, so moving on to adjournment. Go ahead, Natalie.
We need a motion, or can you just adjourn the meeting?
I just declare it. Yeah, meeting adjourned at 3:14 p.m. on Thursday. Bye, guys.